Hi, third grade. So I am recording now a video with Leo in the background being silly about the spelling words. This is your spelling review, and it's a way for us to go over the rule that goes with the AW and the AU words. Now, as I record this video, I never know who's actually listening to them or watching them, but I know now, as of today, that Bryce is using my videos. And I think Rowan is too, and possibly Saoirse. So it's nice to be able to address your audience. It's very weird when you don't know who your audience is at all. So hello, Bryce, if you're out there, and hello, Rowan, and hello, Saoirse, and anyone else who might be in my video or watching this video. Hello, hello, thank you for learning online with me. Today, we are using our composition books, a pencil that has an eraser, just in case, and a dictionary. I have a really big red one. If you don't have a dictionary, then you can just skip the words that I'm giving to you. You are not allowed to use the computer. Everyone should have a physical dictionary in their life. That is a requirement from this commitsis. Even if it's teeny tiny, a little pocket dictionary. But it helps if it's a bigger one because then more words are in it. Now, you also need your language arts book. Mine is yellow and yours will be blue. And it has this little spiral bind and it's this big. In it, I gave the third grade in a post on the internet on Monday. Actually, I sent it on Sunday, but you probably saw it on Monday morning. Moms and dads did. New spelling words, and that's for today, because usually we had spelling words, new ones, on Tuesday. Monday we took a quiz, and then Tuesday we had the new words. So we're reviewing the concept of the ah sound that AW makes and AU makes. So you're going to want to write them in your language arts book in a quarter. See, this is a fourth, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 of a page because they're so big. And we're going to review, and you can do this along with me when you have your blue language arts book. So if you don't have your blue language arts book and you've already started this video, and you don't have your composition book, and you don't have a pencil, and you don't have a dictionary, any of those things, pause the video and go get them, and then come back. I'm not pausing for you. You know how to pause me. Here is the page we drew for the sound that AW and AU make. Aw. I'll read it. You can read it along with me in your books when you have your book in front of you. Acorn and Antonio were flying in a wild wind when W stuck to Acorn's claw. Acorn saw upon her claw a wonderful flaw. So much could happen with awe. There she is. She can caw. There's the thaw and straw. Those are other versions of the awe word, or the awe sound in a word. When thunder thrush and uluru join A, they can applaud, pause, cause, and be taught. Those are AU words that also say ah. So we're going to write down now some practice questions to help us remember the rule for ah and ah, AU and AW. Now, there might be something you notice about the two sets of words I used to represent AW and AU, to give you some examples in this writing. Applaud, pause, cause, and taught. All of those words have AU in a special spot in the word. And all of the ones I used up here have AW in a different spot. So see if you can notice the difference between the words I chose. It's not true of all AU and AW words, but it is true of these words. Something that you notice that might be a little bit different between the two sets of words. Now we're going to look at them in our books. And you're going to put my example words in your books. So there they are, the AW and AU words. The first one is the word thaw, and that was in our language arts book when we put in the practice page to review the rule. I gave it to you and we drew the picture you just saw of the ice melting, the thaw. There it is. Straw is the other word we put in. Now comes a different ah sound, and it's AU. Pause, which is what I ask you to do with the video. Pause the video. Cause. It's also part of because. Applaud. APPLAUD. Flaw. We talked about there being a flaw on her claw, and there's the next one, claw. Then saw, that's a nice easy one. It means to be able to see, having seen, and also the thing you use to cut down things or to work with wood, saw wood. Shawl, draw, and those are the 10. Now there are your 3 bonus words. Awesome, crawly, or we could even just use the word crawl, and trawler. Those are all your spelling words for this week. So write them in your book, just like I have, in the 4th square. We're gonna put the date in, which I haven't done yet, so I'm gonna do it now so I keep track. It's how I keep track of what has been done and what hasn't been done. Today is the 19th of May. There we go. So our new week's spelling words, and I wrote the date in the shorthand form. So once again, pause the video if you need to see my spelling, but I think I have some stellar spellers watching these videos. You might not need me to pause. You may not need to pause it. All right, now it's time for the composition book. So in this composition book, we are going to write today's date, May 19th, 2020. Now, I'm going to make you write the questions and the answers to practice your writing, because writing is like riding a bike, kind of. Once you know how to do it, you always know how to do it. But the more you ride your bike, the farther you can go. And I know this because yesterday I went on a bike ride that was 4 miles long, and I was very tired at the end of it because I hadn't been on my bike for many, many, many days. So if you keep writing, the longer and longer you write, the stronger your writing muscles will be. So I'm encouraging you now to write out all of these questions. I'm going to read them to you. If you get to question number 3 and you're doing this, my hand hurts. All right, you can take a break and just answer the question and not write the question down too. Here we go. I'm going to read them to you. May 19th, 2020. Review of new spelling words. Colon, which is the 2 dots, AW and AU words. Now I'm going to hold it up so you can see that sentence that I just wrote. Once again, if you need time and to take a break, let's see, there you go. Pause the video right here and see if you can write from what you're seeing on the screen, if it's not too wiggly. Then the first question is, write, actually it's not a question, it's a statement. It's an action I'm asking you to do. Write 2 more AW words that you can think of.
How could you forget where they are?
Period. Write 2 more AW words that you can think of. Period. And there's how you spell the word write. The number 2. You should be able to spell more. And then AW is just the 2 letters together with the apostrophes around them to show that I'm indicating a non-word. Words, 2 more AW words that you can think of. Now, hopefully you can see question number 2. Write 2 more AU words that you can think of. So the only difference between sentence 1 and sentence 2 is the letters, AW and AU, period. And then answer this statement. What 2 words can you think of that are different from the spelling words, that are AW words and AU words? Last question that I'm asking you to do that I'm asking you that you definitely do. Number 3, choose one of the AW words and either from your own or from the ones that I gave you as our spelling list and create a sentence with it. So just one sentence. Remember, this is the one that you can skip writing the direction to. If you don't want to write these directions, you don't have to. I'll let you take a break here, writing these directions for number 3. If you want to write the directions, there they are. Choose one of the AW words, either from your word, from your new word, or from my list, and create a sentence with it. Remember, a sentence needs a noun and a verb. At least a noun and a verb. But you're going to need more than that for these sentences because very few, except for saw. You could use the word saw. All right. Now, here's your bonus question. This is a little extra work to really get your brain thinking. This one says, if you have a dictionary, which I said you should have, look up the word trawler, TRAWLER, and write its definition in your composition book. Definition. So when you get to number 4, you're going to write number 4, the word trawler and a colon like this. TRAWLER. And now you're going to look in the dictionary to find it. I'm going to give you an example word that isn't trawler because I'm not going to do the work for you. And I'm going to look up an AU word, not an AW word. And the AU word that I have found actually starts at the beginning of the word. And it is audacity. Now that might be a word you don't know. And that's what the dictionary comes in handy for, is finding out about words you don't know. Audacity. Now remember, when we're looking at the dictionary, these first parts of the definition are in parentheses. Can you see it? Let's see, I don't know. That's very tricky. The parentheses we don't need. We practiced that in class when we were in 3rd grade, but you don't have to write the pronunciation, which is the words or the funny symbols that look like letters with all upside down and backwards and little lines and dashes all around them with the parentheses around them. You don't need that. You need that it is a noun. The plural version of audacity is audacities, and it says pl.audacity. T-I-E-S. That means that from audacity, I can make the word audacities by adding T-I-E-S to make it more than one audacity. Now I need to know, what is it? What is audacity? The very first definition has a 1 and a little period after it, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, boldness or daring, comma, ESP period. What's ESP? It is an abbreviation for especially. So especially with confident or arrogant disregard for personal safety, comma, conventional beliefs, etc. etc. means etc. period. That's the very first definition. Now, if you read that definition on your own without anybody to help you, you said, boldness or daring, especially with confident or arrogant disregard for personal safety, conventional beliefs, etc. I don't know what that means either. Try the second one, number 2. Effrontery or insolence. I'll have to go through the dictionary and look up what effrontery and insolence means. Forget that one. Number 3, usually audacious acts or statements. Nah, doesn't make any sense to me. Oh wait, I see something down here that makes a little bit of sense. It says SYN period, which means synonym, and the synonyms are temerity and foolhardiness. So a synonym for audacious or audacity is foolhardiness, and you might know what that means. So if that part of the definition makes sense to you, then that's what you would write for audacity. It would be foolhardiness. And if nothing about the word trawler makes any sense to you when you look in the dictionary, then skip it. It's just a practice for you to find it in the dictionary, because that's what we had started, a little bit of dictionary skills in 3rd grade. And you can continue with that while you're at home finding things to do. So there you go. That is our review of the vocabulary words for this week in May, our 3rd week before the end of school. So we have 3 more weeks after this week is over, 2 more weeks after this week is over. And that's the end of this lesson. Have a great afternoon. Get outside and do some jump rope if you can. Bye, 3rd grade.